William E. Pinky Newell. As you read the material that was in the winter 1984 edition of the Journal of the National Athletic Trainers Association, the first thing I hope you will notice is who the journal was delivered to: Robert H. Gunn, NATA's first president. This type of historical link is amazing to me. Two people who played such a key role in our association's history linked in this commemorative material is tremendous. Of course, when it comes to historical things, it doesn't take much to get my attention. Remember, I first met Pinky in June 1984 at the Nashville Convention. What do you find in this material is the keynote address he gave at that convention. Since Mr. Newell passed away on October 17, 1984, this would regrettably prove to be Mr. Newell's last public presentation. Pinky was and forever would be considered Mr. NATA, as Clint Thompson noted. As you read about him, to and beyond the shoebox, I hope you gain a sense of how Pinky was revered, even by his peers. In many ways, he is athletic training's George Washington. Pinky was a reluctant leader who only wanted to improve things with no care for who got the credit. He, like Washington, was a humble pioneer and did not realize how important he was to a fledgling association. As a Southerner and a person who appreciates manners always sirring and ma'aming everyone, you might wonder at the fact that I address this icon as Pinky. Just seems okay, and it seemed okay when I met him. I didn't sense he was a man who rested on formality. He seemed like a man who was more comfortable being a Pinky and less comfortable as a William or a Mr. Newell. So it is. He is Pinky to me, and I don't think he would mind. Most importantly, he is the ultimate leader. Pinky is the reason I'm doing what I do today. Pinky is why we're recognized as healthcare professionals. Pinky is why we have a 40,000 member association and why we can sweat issues like a new logo, not about beginning certification or entry-level education, as well as establishing a stable and thriving association. On athletic training's Mount Rushmore, I might argue that there aren't four faces, but only one standing alone, and that would be William E. Pinky Newell. As a leader, Ken Wolford sums up what a consummate leader is and what makes him or her a success. I quote, "It's always seemed to me that he, Newell, would take what looked to be an insurmountable problem and make it appear quite simple and solvable," end quote. That's what embodies what the best leaders can do. It's a leader's job to present a plan that seems impossible, but make it seem possible, then lead to a successful conclusion. As Otho Davis, the volunteer executive director and head athletic trainer for the Philadelphia Eagles, said at the time so well about Pinky, quote, "Once a cause, no matter what it might have been, won his support, it could be assured of his continuing interest to the end," end quote. Those who knew Pinky well would say that he never gave up on something in which he believed. He spent his life advocating for athletic training, possibly at a cost to his personal life. Pinky was plain-spoken and could use salty language, we are told, but he spoke the language which was dictated by the moment. His message needed to be loud and clear to the audience. He was there at the beginning and made the modern association possible because of his sacrifices and accomplishments. He wrote the first Constitution and knew the importance of a code of ethics for our profession by authoring NATA's first code. As you read the tributes and his keynote, it's my hope that you not only learn about Pinky Newell, but you also get a sense of what a standalone leader he was. Your professional life today traces its roots directly to him and the leadership he provided, when the future of a profession rested on having the right leader at the right time. Learn from Pinky how he guided us sometimes gently and sometimes forcefully. As you read his keynote, pay less attention to what may seem dated today, but to his voice and how he was a leader without peer to the very end. Hear his voice as he inspires you to be a leader and mentor, following in his gigantic footsteps while he tells us all that yes, we can take the profession, association, and its practitioners to places he never envisioned. The best leaders realize what they know and what they don't know. Pinky knew we weren't where we needed to be in 1984, in the same way I know we're not where we need to be today. As my leadership opportunities fade, you face a future with unknown opportunities to carry on in Pinky's name and memory.